Thank you so, so much. I am humbled and overwhelmed by your wonderful reception. I love you too. I am delighted to be here with you all at the most incredible event of the Arbonne year, GTC. Never did I ever believe 8 years ago when I began my business that I would be able to do this. So if you're sitting in the arena as I did at my first ever GTC 8 years ago, just know that one day you will have the courage to do this too. You may have very sweaty palms and your top lip stuck to your teeth, but you will get through it. And I'm choosing to call that excitement today. And a little tip, I'm clenching my butt cheeks really tightly too because someone told me that really helps. And for those in the abundance arena, I'm clenching even tighter just for you. I'm so excited to be sharing some top tips with you all on a subject that is very near and dear to my own heart, closing. So why is it that I am so passionate about this topic? Because I sucked at closing for a good few years in my business. So this was me when closing. So, what did you think? Oh, you don't have time to do Arbonne? Oh, no, yep, you're right. Brushing the cat can be really time-consuming. And the products made you a bit spotty. Oh, you're right, they did. Okay, well, never mind, bye, see you later. And off I would go, never to be seen ever again. And I used to think to myself, well, I got out of there really quickly. I didn't have to answer any questions. Phew, good job. Has anyone ever had that feeling of, please do not ask me any questions, just say yes or no, and let me run as quickly as I can? I would love my hindsight to be your foresight on this topic. So today I'm here to help you not suck like I did for as long as I did. Sound good? Great. So let's get going. I soon realized that I had that big fear that lots of us have. The fear of that big, scary word, selling. And I hear people all the time saying, we don't sell anything, we just share. Here is a reality check for you all. We sell. I want to help you see that selling is a good thing. Sales is one of the most honorable professions. Do you know that all you're actually doing is offering a solution to a need? How amazing is that? We get to help people in every aspect of what we do, the business and the products. But the key factor is that you have to find the need. So my first tip here is flip what you think sales is. Everything in life is sales. Learn to love sales. Top tip number 2, forget about you. Every time you go to close and you do what I used to do, or if you often say, oh, I don't want to be pushy, guess who you're thinking about? You. Do you know what will make you that pushy person? Not going out and speaking to enough people. If you keep going back to the same 10 people over and over and over again without ever daring to go out and build new friendships, yes, you will be the Arbonne girl or guy that everyone avoids. So remember, it's not about you and all about the other person, which leads me nicely onto top tip number 3. Establish a need. Whether you're closing a product sale or a business one-to-one presentation, you need to know what the other person wants and needs. Remember, you're offering a solution to a need. Find an emotional connection to the prospect and why they would want the products or the business. We make decisions emotionally, but we justify decisions logically. And women in the room, you will totally relate to this. So, you go to the outlet here in Las Vegas, and you walk past a shoe shop with the most incredible pair of killer heels. And you have at least 3 pairs back home that are really similar to these shoes, but they aren't these shoes. So you literally have to have this exact pair. And before you know it, you find yourself outside the shoe shop with the shoes in your hand and $200 less in your purse. How did that happen? So you say to yourself, you know what? I really needed these shoes. The ones I have at home, they're old anyway, and they aren't quite the same shade of black as these ones. And besides, they're at home. I need these shoes for my outfit tonight. You have logically tried to justify your purchase when you blatantly know you don't need these shoes, and they're exactly the same as the 3 pairs you've got back at home. If you're giving people product samples to try, make sure you ask enough questions to find out exactly what the emotional need is. Make it more like a consultation. Show you care, show you're listening, and identify the need. If you truly want a balanced business, It is vital to have both preferred clients just buying products from you and consultants building the business alongside you. When I began my business, I really did not have the balance. And I soon began to realize I was leaving money on the table by not signing up preferred clients. Plus, I wanted my team to duplicate my sales and sponsoring activities. So, take a look at your business right now. Are you creating a solid, stable business of both product users and consultants? Now let's take a look at closing a business one-to-one and how to be more effective. I truly believe that Arbonne is a fit for most people in some way, shape, or form. But you need to know in what way, shape, or form, otherwise you could actually end up putting someone off joining you in business. If you start going on about white Mercedes and holidays and the chance to travel, and the person opposite you is looking for a way to be at home with their family more, do you think they'll see Arbonne as a fit for them? No. So I would highly recommend spending a good 10 minutes before the presentation asking some good quality questions so you can find out exactly what the person is looking for. And that means you can tailor the presentation to their needs, making your close much easier. So, tip number 1, ask good quality questions before the presentation. Here are some questions you could ask. Question number 1. So let's have some fun. Imagine your life in 5 years and time and money are no longer an issue. You can do exactly as you please. What does that look and feel like? Question number 2. If you carry on doing what you're doing right now, how long will it take you to achieve the life you've just described to me? Most people will say they could never achieve it. Question number 3. How does it make you feel to know you could never achieve what you've just described to me? Ouch. And question number 4, okay, so you now have 2 choices. Give up on that life that you've just described to me, or find a vehicle. Which do you choose? These questions really help to identify the pain and pleasure element, the pain of staying where they are, and the opportunities of what life could be if they were to take the leap of faith and join you in business. Now, at the end of the presentation, don't do what I used to do, which was shut your laptop and run. Now is your time to be brave and ask more questions. Question 1. Did everything I shared with you today make sense? You don't want your prospect to walk away confused. And this is also great feedback for you on your presentation skills. Question number 2. Out of everything I shared with you, what excited you the most? You're finding out their why. Question number 3. Is this something you could see yourself doing if you had the proper coaching, training, and support? It is vital to show people that we are not alone in business in Arbonne. Question number 4. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being no and 10 being yes, sign me up, where are you at? This helps you know what to do next. So if they say, do you know what, I need to try the product, give them some samples, and book in a follow-up where you can ask more questions in 2 to 3 days' time. And finally, question number 5. What would need to happen to take you closer to a 10? Now, if they're an 8 or above, they are ready to do this. Just reassure them. Show them that those last few numbers are just fear of the unknown. But you are going to lock arms with them, coach them, and support them all the way to the top. And do not forget to ask them to join you in business. Just say, are you ready to join me in business? If they're not ready to sign up there and then, book in a follow-up for 2 to 3 days later. Do not leave this to chance. Schedule it in. Give them some samples, a catalog, and remember that most people need about 5 exposures to say yes. Most consultants give up way before the 5 exposures. Now, if you can get in some subtle exposures in between the one-to-one and the follow-up, you will be giving yourself a real head start. And my incredible team have a great system for this. So we send them away with some product samples. That's exposure number 1. We give them a book to read on network marketing. That's exposure number 2. We email them some Eye on Arbonne success stories and a couple of Arbonne videos from YouTube. That's exposure number 3. We then include the prospect in a private Facebook message with a couple of other consultants within our team, introducing them so the other consultants can share their journey with the prospect. Not too many people, but just a couple of other people building an Arbonne business who are just like the prospect. Exposure number 4. And then, of course, following up in 2 to 3 days is exposure number 5. So can you see how all of these subtle little exposures could help them make a decision, reassure them that there are people just like them being successful in Arbonne? So moving on to following up. This is so important. I cannot stress it enough. Following up is actually 80% listening. Listen to understand, not to answer. Write that in big, bold letters and highlight it. In the follow-up, again, be comfortable and confident asking questions. So get them back into the emotional state they were in when you shared the opportunity with them. Question number 1. Let's cast our minds back to our meeting 2 days ago. What did you like best about what I told you? Question number 2. And when we wrapped up the last meeting, you said on a scale of 1 to 10, you were a 7. So, since trying the products and having a bit more information, would you say you're now more than a 7? Now, if that number's higher than last time, just say, fantastic. So is this something you're ready to get going with? And if it's less than last time, just say, do you know what, that's really interesting. May I ask, what's changed or happened since we last spoke to make you less sure of this opportunity? Remember that the more questions you ask, the more information you have. If they have objections, understand that these are just requests for more information. If you don't answer them and do what I used to do, you are doing them a disservice, and that's not fair. Realize that the biggest barrier that people have is fear. Don't be afraid just to ask them if the only thing that is now holding them back is just that little bit of fear, and help them feel normal. Help them to see that most people have exactly that same fear. And most people want to be most people. So when you let them know that most people have exactly the same fear, they immediately feel at ease. I'm the one in the middle. So if they really aren't ready to get going, just keep in touch with them. You never know when that no will become a yes. But if you're no longer in touch with that person, they firstly don't get the chance to say yes when they most need it. Or they will find another opportunity, whether it be with another consultant or with another company. And yes, there are other companies out there. The most incredible executive national vice president, Sheila Green, had someone follow up with her, over there, had someone follow up with her 9 times before she said yes. Would you be prepared to do that? So just ask, I totally respect your decision. Would it be okay if I gave you a call in a month just to see how you are and how life is treating you? And I can also just keep you in the loop of any events that are going on that just might interest you. From a follow-up, our main aim is to walk away with something. And it really doesn't matter whether that's a new consultant, a new preferred client, a referral, or an event booking. So, now I'm going to share a few key lines with you all to help you walk away with something, even if it's a no to the business. So, gaining a new preferred client. Before we wrap up, out of the products you tried, what did you like best? Most people, remember, most people want to be most people, that trial the products want to carry on enjoying them. Would you like me to help you get the best possible discount on the products that you love? Getting a workshop booking. Most people, can you see the theme here? Most people jump at the chance of having a fun-filled evening with a bottle of fizz whilst being pampered with their friends. Do you think this is something that you'd love? Getting a referral for the business. Finally, it would mean the world to me to be able to help other people just like you benefit from Arbonne. Can you think of 1 or 2 people who are hardworking, positive, and open-minded who deserve to make a change in their life? So, in closing, remember that sales is the most honorable profession in the world. The more you fact-find, the more you'll find the need that you can then offer the solution to. Speak from the heart, speak authentically, and most importantly, show people that you care. People don't care how much you know, they want to know how much you care. So have an incredible rest of your GTC, everyone. Thank you.